I mean, think about it. You'll live or work up here, the door is down there, and if you want to go over there, first you need to go all the way down there and cross to here and go up again. That is, if you can. If a plane didn't crash into the floor below you. The vertical extrusion method makes cities into collections of billion-dollar penises. One developer's ego trip is shaped like this, another like that, but none of them is shaped like a human habitat. With a little more imagination, we could be designing real neighborhoods in 3-space. Instead of building monolithic slabs, maybe we could shuffle the pieces around and make it into clusters, branches, networks. If you give people more redundant access to any particular point, they have more fluidity of movement and they're safer in an emergency. I think those are good ideas. Call me crazy. We have already articulated safety codes for the built environment. How about let's add a few rules for livability? I mean, for me, rule 1 is that every part of the city is zoned for mixed use. Residence, cafe, retail, entertainment, education, offices should not be segregated. They should be together. Your workplace should be a short walk from your bedroom. That is, unless you work at a dangerous chemical plant, in which case you still need to commute. But most people don't. Most of us work in businesses that could be located right around the corner from where we live. The goal is to make any point in the city feel like a village. We can do away with the idea of a single street level. I mean, nobody should have to ride 30 stories in an elevator just to go buy a loaf of bread. Wherever you live, you should be at the most 3 or 4 staircases away from a street or garden level. The altitude of your street above sea level doesn't matter. In a city, you can have 10 or 20 different street levels. If you can put a balcony up here, you can absolutely put a shopping street up here. If you can grow vegetables on your 3rd floor terrace, you can put a garden on the 63rd floor just as well. If trees can grow at 3,000 meters up in the Rockies, you can build a park 300 meters high in your city. Now, when you design habitat in 3-space, your network needs are more complex than on a flat plane. Water, air, electricity, telecom, provisions, garbage, sewage, human movement, the structural skeleton, even natural daylight, all these things need pathways. They're networks that permeate your city, just like the networks in your body. I mean, that's pretty complicated, but if we're smart enough to solve the topology of an integrated circuit, we're smart enough to design this. None of what I'm talking about is especially high-tech. And by the way, none of this is my idea. Paolo Soleri was talking about this 40 years ago. He called it arcology, for architectural ecology.